Now, an I-Team exclusive, exposing a highly paid court official who's rarely on the job.
Investigative reporter Karen Anderson also shows us this is not an isolated case. It's part of a disturbing pattern.
Every time he collects a paycheck, he should be arrested for grand larceny.
That's one court employee's blunt description of the work habits of Tom Driscoll, Essex County's top court clerk, who's paid $110,000 a year, but the I-Team found is rarely on the job. Here he is starting a typical workday, relaxing at Dunkin' Donuts with friends, while the courthouse he runs in Salem is open for business. This is Driscoll coaching youth lacrosse and at home in Swampscott, taking in his trash barrels, all during regular court hours. We watched Driscoll on 15 work days in May and June. On 6 days, he wasn't at work at all. On 6 more, he put in half days. Out of the 120 hours court was open, he was there only 40 and a half hours, just 1/3 of the time.
That's unacceptable. We need to have full-time work for full-time pay.
Pam Wilmot heads Common Cause of Massachusetts.
Should taxpayers be okay with this kind of behavior?
Absolutely not.
I'm here. I'm one of the most accessible clerks around.
Driscoll claims we watched him during the one time of the year, the spring, when he takes time off to coach lacrosse and raise money for research into the eye disease afflicting his 2 sons.
They're losing their eyesight, and they're very proficient lacrosse players. And my wife and I have promised we won't back away from that, and we, quite frankly, don't miss one of their games.
The clerk of courts here in Essex County isn't the only one with suspect work habits. The I-Team has exposed other highly paid public officials with similar jobs who also rarely make it to the office.
The office is not just what you see here, it's my entire district.
Kathleen Reynolds-Degnall, Register of Deeds, explaining why the I-Team found her at the office on average only 3 hours a day. Court clerk Maura Hennigan out walking her dog and heading to a TV studio on court time. And clerk Michael Donovan teaching a college class while court is in session.
Is there a pattern here?
Absolutely.
The pattern, Wilmot says, is these officials are all elected and supposedly accountable to the voters. But most voters have no idea who they are or what they do.
The legislature should absolutely change the law.
That change would make court clerks and registers of deeds appointed, not elected, so the people who fill those jobs are accountable and show up for work. For the I-Team, Karen Anderson, WBZ News.
It's infuriating. And by the way, Tom Driscoll was first elected clerk back in 2000. He was re-elected to a third 6-year term last year.